Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a Minecraft movie. I'm very content with my life choices. So the thing is that this is barely a review. In fact, this movie is impossible to actually review. It is really immune to criticism in the typical way. No one is going to be swayed by anyone's opinion on this film because it turns out that people aren't going to see this movie as a movie. And so there is no point. No one is truly taking this movie seriously, and the movie itself seems to be okay with that. The weird part is a Minecraft movie does have elements that are seemingly trying to replicate what a movie should do, but I've yet to hear someone actually address them. There is a story. It's about a boy named Henry going into the overworld to fight piglins and help Steve, played by Jack Black, and learn about beauty or creativity and I guess science, all while Jason Momoa learns that greed is bad. There's also a sister character and Oscar nominee Danielle Brooks there, but I'm still confused what they're doing. Also, there's a character named General Chungus. So that's the caliber of film that we're working with. I did laugh at General Chungus though, and there are a couple meme-based lines in the first 10 minutes that, you know, against my will, gotta chuckle. The problem is that it becomes every joke. Now, I don't want to be too critical of Jack Black because I genuinely think School of Rock is one of the sweetest and best movies of all time, but I do think that his performance here is not a performance. He delivers every single line in the same way you think that he will. Like, his performance here is kind of director proof. I don't know how you would give this performance any notes. The performance is what it is. It's like if a director told Hugh Grant to not do as many like it wouldn't go over well. My criticism of Jack Black's performance is kind of double-sided though, because at least he's bringing energy to a really quite boring script. He will say the most mundane, boring line of dialogue you have ever heard, but with the energy of Thunderstruck. And as much as it was off-putting, I thought it was admirable, even though I was definitely far from enjoying it. But at the same time, my audience seemed to laugh at everything Jack Black said. And that's what really made me want to make a video about a Minecraft movie. I don't really care about this movie from an artistic perspective, and I think it's kind of easy to see why. The thing that made me want to talk about Minecraft is that I've been spending a lot of time rationalizing why people like it. People clapped when the credits rolled in my theater. And I've thought a lot about how if this movie was released 30 years ago, it would have just been labeled as a dumb kids movie that is bad. And yet now it's just labeled as a harmless, fun time. And I think it's because I've noticed a shift in how we consume media. And that shift can only be named the death of escapism. Now, I don't want to be dramatic. Like, escapism isn't the only goal a film should have, obviously. And a Minecraft movie is not causing the death of anything except for, I guess, maybe a couple of brain cells. All I'm saying is that this is yet another film that does nothing but remind you of things that you already know. I think a Minecraft movie is mostly boring due to the fact that an hour of its runtime is dedicated to explaining how the game works. It's Jack Black reading the tutorial dialogue with biblical levels of dedication, and it's like, guys, I've already played the game. I know how crafting tables work. I know how mobs work. Like, I know how it works, okay? And you know who else knows how Minecraft works? Most of the people in the audience. This movie isn't interested in escapism or any level of immersion. We're just being fed things that we already know with a wink, and while yeah, it's live action now, and I guess some kind of interesting design work is done here and there, it really isn't enough. Blockbusters used to be about showing you things that you've never seen before, and now popular cinema is just sloppy seconds. While watching Minecraft, I was thinking a lot about that moment in Spider-Man No Way Home when Andrew Garfield comes out of the portal and there's a pause edited into the film for people to clap. I did not like that movie whenever it came out, and I feel like I've been quite validated by the fact that people have turned on that moment during rewatch. And the same will happen to this. As soon as someone watches a Minecraft movie by themselves, they will slowly feel the life drain out of them because there isn't this automatic energy that surrounds them in a theater fueled by 7-year-old children. And you know, I try not to be too mean to movies because, you know, people spend a lot of time working on them. And the same is presumably true for this, but whenever I see it on screen, it doesn't really feel like people cared about making it. This is a movie with 8 writing credits, and you can definitely tell that studio execs have just been trying to crack this movie for a long time, and as soon as something tangible came together, they just went ahead and made it. No one really had a vision for this film until a bag of money was plopped in front of them, and yet this is destined to be one of the highest grossing films of the year. I'm gonna try and not get too existential during this video because, you know, it is about a Minecraft movie. But while watching this and a movie like Super Mario Bros., it does beg the question of like, what does it take for audiences to go see movies? In 2023, we had Barbenheimer, which was looked at as this great revitalization of movie theaters. And yeah, Barbie and Oppenheimer did extremely well for being well-crafted, quite mature movies. This was good news. But their quality wasn't the main drive of their immediate success. It was the memification and social media presence that drove those sales. They had to make a challenge out of go see these two movies in the same day while wearing pink for people to go see them. And that is actually a bit of a shame. To make money, you either have to regurgitate something that people have already seen, or you have to pedal to virality and compose a marketing strategy that's designed around teenage social media trends. I'm trying to not sound like an 80-year-old man, which, I mean, I'm sure I'm failing at, but audiences didn't go see Rain Man because they were fearful that they might miss something that would pay off in the next Avengers movie. Audiences didn't go see E.T. because they might get a reference to Big Chungus. Audiences didn't go see The Wizard of Oz because they could take a selfie in front of the poster and share it with their friends. People used to go see movies because they were movies. The movie was the entertainment, not everything surrounding it. And we still have great movies come out every year, but those films barely ever breach the box office in a substantial way. Most of the time, blockbusters are endorsed with the adage, turn your brain off. 30 years ago, a movie that required you to turn your brain off would have just been labeled as stupid. A Minecraft movie is not the death knell of cinema. In fact, no singular movie can be, but this is definitely not a step in the right direction. And sure, it's a kids movie, and kids films should certainly be judged by a slightly different criteria, but a dog will eat its own shit. But do you let a dog eat its own shit? And I'm not saying that dogs are directly equivalent to children and shit is directly equivalent to a Minecraft movie, but you see that there's a lesson there. Popular media is often preying on our easiest and most exploitable impulses. And you know what? Maybe I'm just not viewing the situation properly. Maybe once all these people have seen a Minecraft movie, that will inspire them once again to step back into the theater, and maybe they will go see more better films. But I hope that you can see why I'm hesitant when it comes to that outcome. And so I'm gonna say it, even though most of you already know it, a Minecraft movie is a dumb movie that should not be a movie. If I've offended anyone, I am deeply sorry about that. But this is the internet, so you can just roast me in the comments, and trust me, I will see them and my feelings will get hurt. So accomplish that mission if you would like. But I hope to see you in the next video. Hopefully the next video isn't like me just like losing faith in the world. I feel like that would be kind of a cool change. But thank you for watching this video, and I will see you hopefully in the next one.